Hello everyone, and welcome back to Victoria 3 and our originally Imperial Austria campaign, which has recently become a bit more of an Austria-Hungary campaign. So, we have solved the matter of Hungary. We are currently trying to enact guaranteed liberties, and, well, things are looking up despite our currently not so great balance. That is temporary. It'll be fine, I swear, it'll be entirely fine. We're currently trying to increase our flotillas, so a lot of naval bases that are being made, and this of course cannot be sponsored by our investment pool. So as soon as these are made, we should be back into the green and looking at getting some of our problems solved a little bit. Market access is pretty low in a number of states, and this is going to be causing trouble. If we take a look at why, so we do have three railways here. They are fully employed. It might just be an issue of not enough rail, and that's easy enough to fix. And you can see right there, just building those two railways has made our balance a lot better, as we are getting 28,000 in effectively subsidies to the federal government from our investment pool. So let's go ahead and try to keep that about neutral. We do need the better market access in a lot of these places. This is in response to basically building up a ton of farms. You can see 25 wheat farms here. We're attempting to bring people up and out of poverty and having some good success with it. So 14.7 standard of living, mostly in our western states. So you can see Styria is looking very good, Austria proper is looking very good, and Venice as well. Apologies for the fellow on the motorcycle who thinks he's cooler than he is. Well, at least that'd be my guess anyway. And I do definitely want these built soon, so we are going to be focusing on the naval bases. The idea is it takes a little while to build up the actual flotillas, and we definitely need more of a navy. One, to make our wars a little bit easier, and I should talk about that. This is now the first one that I'm doing post-rework, so we will have some different things going on in terms of how the wars work. It should be a little bit better, a little bit more fights, more numerous fights with more troops involved, fewer people just standing there dying as a single fight goes on forever and ever and ever, which I think is a good change, and holy shit. Okay, that's a lot of money from the investment pool, but it's not something we can sustain. So take a look, negative 105,000, ooh, guaranteed liberties. I like it a lot. So we're going to drop our budget down to medium taxes for right now. I think we'll keep the consumption tax on services. 112, yeah, this will basically counterbalance as soon as we lose the investment pool. And I am building a lot of munitions plants. We could drop our construction, probably need to, but I'm riding it out while we can because 430 construction is amazing. And it's been doing pretty well for us, so a bit of a dip in our GDP here recently, but it's been spiking. And if we take a look, we are the second power to France. About 20 million in GDP is the difference between us, and they have steadied out too as of late, although it looks like that'll be spiking once again. So will ours. I'm not really too concerned. We need to get these railways built, though, because losing market access is about the worst thing you could ever possibly do in this game, or at least, well, that's what it seems to me. How that spiral of goods shortages from one state to another to another to another seems like something I'd like to avoid. And if we take a look at what we should build next, we will need more engines. Steel looks okay. Silk, dyes, and clothes could all be better than they currently are. And it would be nice to get a little bit more tea. I wonder who's drinking that. It's kind of interesting. We also will have a hardwood shortage as we are making lots and lots of ships. So let's get the hardwood shortage out of the way because that will be, well, can I fix that in production methods? Tooling workshops, ooh, nice. Yeah, let's go there. Okay, so where is it? Ooh, wait. No, let's keep bourgeois. Okay, a lot going on. Sorry. Let me switch to rural. I think that's where we see our logging camps, yep. Hardwood production is prioritized, steam donkey, so we just don't have enough. We can't fix it outside of that. I mean, that's alright. We have... ooh, that's weird map modes. So, let's get logging camps going. Oh, come on. The UI on this thing is sometimes not exactly the best. So we don't have a ton. Let's get 5 more in East Slovakia, let's get 5 more in... well, let's get 10 more in Croatia. I guess that was only 6 because of the cap. That should be okay. And now let's kick this back on. And we should have some German nationalism events now that we can do that I think would be very nice for us. Before we go more electrical... oh man, I don't really want canning as much as I want rotary valve engines, because I think that'll help our industry quite a bit. Yeah, alright. So that's fine. Our investment pool has been used up. We're sinking about 38,000 a month, just trying to build everything, and we can lower that a little bit if we get... so steel, glass, tools, explosives in that order, but steel is pretty cheap. I guess it's plus 14, so a bit more steel and a bit more tools wouldn't be the worst investment ever, so let's fix that. Steel mills, which of course uses tools, which we also need to then make tools. It's a never-ending cycle. It really is. Ooh, autosave there. Okay. Steel and giving more tools, and let's keep working on that market access. I want this to finish. So that's Moravia, Lombardy. How many am I building in Lombardy? Plus 2? Let's go to plus 3. We can cancel it if our market access problem goes away, but 68% is pretty bad. That's really, really not great. Okay, so we're not currently passing any laws or any reforms, and the government system has been reworked as well, but our legitimacy is still fine, so I'm not too sad about that. Wealth voting is good. We could go to universal suffrage or census suffrage. Landowners already hate us. Pissing off the industrialists would make me unhappy, because we're currently getting their plus 10 bonus, which, let's take a look at what that is. That would be plus 20% capitalist investment pool. So if I lose that, our economy is going to tank even harder. So I don't think we can do that right now. We could go to total separation. So, that might be nice. I think it's required for a couple of things. Pissing off the Catholic Church doesn't really bother me too much. Low enactment chance, though, for what it's giving us, which is not exactly ideal. I like that. I like that. Serfdom abolished is good. Closed borders. I'd like to open our borders, but I think we can't for right now. Yeah, so we do have a couple long-lasting issues here. 11.8 million radicals is down, believe it or not. This is lower. But our population growth has been phenomenal, and this is something that's going to be one of our saving graces moving forward because, well, you need people to work. And if you don't have people, you can't have a larger, more powerful, more prosperous country. So our flotillas are paying off, and if we take a look, we can recruit an admiral in Italy. And in the Balkans, ooh, experienced naval commander, I like that. Explorer, innovative. Surprise maneuver chance seems good. Grifter. Plus 5% supply consumption is not exactly ideal, but we're going to take him for his experience. I think that's okay. And let's go ahead and get one in the Balkans as well. Not a lot of great choices here, but I think we'll go with the Naval Commander 1. There. So Italy HQ can now see some promotions. Let's go ahead and do that. Balkans, Italy, good. Promote. And, yep, up to 13. We've built a lot more than 13. This is what I said. It takes a little bit of time to get these flotillas up. We have built, I think, 30 naval bases in each of our different zones. I think it's the hardwood shortage that's probably cutting us off of building more right now. A little bit hard to say what exactly is causing that, and yeah, we're a little bit behind on everything. So in case you're curious how this can happen, because we have so much production, part of how it happens is when you do things like what I did a couple episodes ago, where you just shove new plantations everywhere. You're not building things to get rid of your shortages, and as people get wealthier and wealthier, they want more shit. It's kind of annoying. It's like, oh man, hey, I have money. Let me buy stuff with it. Turns out if people have all the money in the world and nothing to buy, they're just as unhappy as if they're poor, if not even more so, because then they view it as there's nothing you can do about it, right? Like if you're poor, there's some historiosity to this as well in the Soviet Union, where the government basically increased everyone's pay, but there was nothing to buy, and so people just kind of sat around because what's the point, you know? That was a weird dovetail I wasn't expecting. Okay, so our South German HQ has 45 extra battalions that we aren't using. This is North Germany, so that shouldn't be him. South German HQ, that would be General Josef von Thunberg. Expert offensive planner, I will happily promote him. He's a landowner, which is not great. But let's go ahead and get him up to max level. That should... Why did that not give all of our battalions? Interesting. Well, a couple in reserve isn't the worst thing ever. We are building more ammunition and gun industries just so that when we mobilize we should be okay. And if we take a look... Well, harvesting tools, good. Could go to... Ooh. This is tempting. So paying fewer laborers, hence more for the state. Man, this game would really just hurt my soul if I was doing it in real life. I hate this shit. Anyway, institutions, home affairs would be nice. This is sort of the next investment that we want to do to get rid of radicals. And secession, and then doing that, pumping that up, should allow us to go to a presidential system, which would be nice. But I don't think you guys are hanging around for presidential system. And by the way, may I just say, if you hear me say this, clearly you like what I'm doing, and you probably know it's a tiny channel. So I don't ask for this very often, but if you wouldn't mind, we're down from last month. It was like 40% subscribed to 60 unsubscribed. This month it's about 15% subscribed, which, yeah, it's not great. So if you're hanging around this long and just want to do me a favor, I would very much appreciate it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get some of these goods shortages handled so that we can soon go to war. Keep in mind, of course, that we have recently increased our military to trench infantry and probably have an advantage over our opponents for it. In fact, we can tell that we do. 2693 for their army power projection, and our own is 4693, so we could, in theory, crush the French. We also have very little in terms of notoriety, so that's a good thing too. I had wanted to go after Prussia, because they have entire states that we could take, but we still can't attack against radical Prussia, which is just pissing me right the hell off. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. So let's try and find a whole state. I think Elbe might be a good choice. We could go for Bavaria, but that would mean fighting the French. You know what? Let's go out. Let's fight the French, because I want the state of Bavaria itself. That'll get us a couple more government administrations, a couple more universities. Yeah, no, I want the state. So let's go ahead and do it. Our navies are not yet strong enough to fight the French, who of course have 211 flotillas, 2,100 navy power projection, while as our own is 293. Now, yeah, that's not exactly great. So let's go ahead and, well, go all in, why not? Diplomatic play, and let's do conquer states and relations too high. Son of a monkey's cranky grandmother. I thought I was doing this already. Damage relations with Bavaria. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why can I not? Okay, so our relations are bad, but we can't go to war? So, hold on. Not annex subject. Conquer state. Oh, our relations with France. Son of a bitch. Because they're a vassal, right. Well, that's something we need to fix right now anyway, so let's just go ahead and plop that down on the French. Can we get any alliances? No. Not even for an obligation. Well, we'll be fighting this one on our own, but I think that's fine. So it'll take a little while to lower the relations with France, unfortunately. Yeah. The French having interests in central Germany is not something we can allow. Let's go to the Progressive Club for the election. I think that'll help us pass even more reforms. Only 3 factories left. We need a lot of tea, we need more hardwood. Let's get the dye and silk situation, actually let's get the rail situation under control first. So let's go for motor industries, and let's build 10 more in southern Transylvania. That'll hold us off for a little bit, plus we need more rails anyway, so West Galicia can have a railway expansion. And actually, before we do more, let's take a look at developments. Yes, we are using steel passenger cars. We need to get to electric trains, but that's a lot more research, and other parts of our economy are lagging a bit too far behind. Yeah. Okay, well that's fine. That's okay. Diplomatic play here. Who are we pissing off? Holstein, Hanover, Lubeck, Denmark. You know what we could do? We could just puppet Denmark. It'd be pretty funny. And the state of Holstein would also be part of Germany then. I think, anyway. If we go and take a look at... Where is it? Cultures, nation formation... How do we have 15 of... Oh, okay. Right, it's doing that weird thing again. It's, for some reason, telling us that we have the states that are in rebellion, which we don't. Or at least, maybe it's just not counting them. I don't really know. We could go for Saxony. So the state of Saxony... Ooh, ironclad. Nice. We'll deal with that in a second. The state of Saxony is split between several different people. So Saxony, Saxe-Weimar, Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, and Schwarzburg. And Saxe-Memmingen? Jeez. That's all of this. Saxe-Memmingen, Anhalt. Yeah, much simpler to pick up Bavaria. I wonder, now that we have... no. Okay, ironclads. Let's switch over to ironclads, I think. So, naval base can switch to ironclad, and then we need to go... We should probably have done that the other way around. Switch this to steamships, and go to extensive military shipbuilding. This has completed the ironclad's objective. Let's get battle line invincible. Very nice. Now this will throw our whole market into... Sorry, out of whack, rather. So, clippers, right. That's a problem. Back to our development, and we need our ports to go to industrial ports. The switch here is basically steamers for clippers. So, we can't produce both unless I go in and do it manually, one version or another. I don't really feel like doing that. So, yeah, no, we're just switching it all over. That's fine. That'll be absolutely alright. Alright, well, let's get our silk problem and dye problem handled now. That's going to be in... Oh, where the hell is it? Come on. Dye plantations should be in... Oh, can't build them there anymore. Right, okay. Silk is in Venice, that's right. Dye plantations are getting a little scarce. That's going to be an issue. But we can go over and fix our silk problem at least. And let's do that. Devout scandal. Something wrong with the Catholic Church, boys. It is a secret affair. Damn, I wish that didn't hit so close to home. Okay, well, let's just do the minor penalty. I don't really care that much, and unfortunately, that is going to be all we've got for today. So, thank you all for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.